All right, guys, this is part 3 of that collection. You've seen part 1, you've seen part 2. Here comes part 3. All right, guys, so if you haven't already, I'm not even going to tell you that whole spiel. Just thank you so much for watching. You know what to do. Down in the description below, I actually have part 1 and part 2. So if you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, you may want to watch those first. I don't know. They're there for you, so you don't have to go searching for it. I actually got the call from this guy who was just done looking through books. He was just done. He's like, just come get everything. I'm done. And I don't say it enough. I don't believe in my videos that it's a lot of work breaking down a collection. Even if you know what you're doing, it's a lot of work. With that being said, it's a million times harder if you don't even know what you're looking at. Now, back in part 1, which I'm going to spoil this video already a little bit, was easily the best batch of stuff. So he had an idea, or he at least looked through enough to pull the best stuff first. And you saw all that again in part 1 of the video. This was more of a quantity-based purchase. It was more boxes than either of the first 2 trips, and probably the weakest of all 3. So with that being said, you guys know everything from the previous videos. Let's get in the car, I think. It's been a while since I even did this. Let's get in the car and go pick up the last batch of stuff and then go over the keys. All right, guys, we are actually on our way to part 3. Part 3 of this one collection. It's rainy out. I don't like that. Going to look at comic books in the rain. Not a fan. But when the owner of the collection calls you and asks if you're free, you answer. Oh, there's a cop up there. We gotta stop recording. All right, guys, so here you go. You get a glimpse of all the boxes that we're gonna be going through. Not in this video. We're just gonna go through this one, which he actually pulled aside these books to put in one box. So as you can see, there are some nice books in here, but he didn't get all of them. It's a task. It's a lot of work, especially when you don't know what you're looking at. And not every single one of these books is great. That's a nice book. Some Wildcats, Molds, Black, a lot of variants. That's a nice book. This guy was a variant collector, so he would have like 1 or 2 of the one cover and then a couple of the variants, and you know, stuff's okay. That was a nice book right there. Oh, look, see, I even went back to double check. Some more nice stuff. But overall, there are more books. There's definitely some better stuff than this that we need to look at. All right, guys, we got everything. Not as grand as the first trip. And I'm sorry I only flipped through one box, but you know, with the rain, I wanted to get out of there, get home, and comic books and water aren't the best. But let me do a quick flip here on the camera. Can I flip this camera around? I don't know how to do that. Anyway, well, here. There you go. You can see a whole bunch of stuff there. And now we're gonna go see the bigger books. Okay, so we did get in the car. You saw some stuff, and now we're out of the car. We're back here. Now let's go over the keys, and of course I will let you know what I paid for the part 3, and then what I think I paid for everything all together. I believe I talked about it in each video. Anyway, let's get to the books. I got my list right here because it was too much to remember. First up, and we found a bunch of these in part 1 or part 2, but this is X-Men number 4, first appearance of Omega Red. We had 2 of those in there. High grade, no 9/8, but that's okay. Next, okay, this book I've been hoarding, and I mean I have been hoarding this book. All types of variants, all types of conditions. It's not very expensive, but I believe that it may be a nice book in a little, you know, in a year or 2. I know it's far to wait, but anyway. This is Dark Avengers number 1. 2 of those, and I need to do a count on just how many I have. But I like that. Here's another spec book. Here's another spec book that came in there. New Agents of Atlas number 1. Another batch of books that I've been hoarding. I have 9/8 aside because I think this may come to the big screen at some point, or even maybe the small screen with Disney Plus, but you may get these characters. The next one, two of the same book. I have never found this book in any collection I have ever purchased. Before I even show you, it's not a super expensive book. It's just a classic, awesome cover swipe. This is a Greg Land cover for Crime Suspense Stories number 22. This is Wolverine number 55. Just a classic cover swipe, homage, whatever you want to say. Awesome cover. Loved finding this one. Really cool. And there were two of them, so that's nice too. How about we go Secret Warriors number 6? This is the first Contessa revealed as Madam Hydra. Nice book. I believe Secret Warriors number 2 garners a little bit more money, I believe, but still, it's a great book. And then to go with it, how about the variant? One of those. So I thought that was great too. And again, guys, nothing absolutely earth-shattering here. We're going to get to some really good books, but nothing like, whoa, nothing like, that was great. You know, some good stuff, but this is the kind of the level for a little bit, and then we will take a step up. How about The Hood number 1? This is like the second or third one in this collection. This book used to be really expensive. Now it's just, you know, nice $30 to $50 book, depending on condition. I think the 9/8 are still around $300 to $500. I'm not positive, haven't looked it up in a while. Okay, another book that you guys may want to start putting aside. This is New Avengers number 7, first appearance of the Illuminati. I think I have this in a 9/8 somewhere. I'm not positive, but you may want to start putting this book aside. A little bit of a spec book. Batman, only DC book now coming up. One DC book, one indie book. Batman number 89. This is that Punchline cameo. Cool book. Strange Academy number 1. There was a whole bunch of Strange Academies, I believe, that came out of this collection, all different variants and different prints, I believe. Nice book, great book. People have been hoarding these things too, and they're really nice covers. Some of these covers are really nice. So that's that. This next one is kind of a big. We're going to take a little bit of a step up here now. This is Something is Killing the Children number 1. This is that Virgin variant. This thing is awesome. Unfortunately, there's two just super obvious spine ticks. So you're looking at somewhere between a 9, probably down a 9.4 for this book. But still gorgeous. Definitely a wall book. Awesome. This will be at Terrificon. 2 more we're going to talk about. Well, kind of 2 more. The next book, Young Avengers number 1. Another one you guys might want to be hoarding. This book, I mean, slowly but surely, Disney Plus is building the Young Avengers, man. Slowly but surely, just keep an eye on it. Don't be surprised if you see another piece of the Young Avengers puzzle show up in Loki. You already saw it show up in WandaVision, 2 pieces. You kind of saw the teases in Falcon Winter Soldier. We have Hawkeye coming out later this year. So they are slowly building the Young Avenger team, little piece by piece by piece, which is exactly what they did with the regular Avengers, if you guys remember. Everyone got their own movies. This is a little bit different. Last but not least, this is an awesome book, huge book. When I was up in New Hampshire, the New Hampshire Little Giant show, whatever that was, I think that was back in like March or April. This book was on people's walls, and since then, it's gone up even more. This is Inhumans number 5, first Yelena Belova. She's going to be around a while. This is your new Black Widow. I believe she's going to be around a while. I believe she's been confirmed for the Hawkeye Disney Plus series. We lost Scarlett Johansson, the original Black Widow, and now we have another one. Not positive. As of the time of this recording, I'm not sure when this video is going to come out. We're about a little less than a month away from Black Widow coming out to theaters and on Disney Plus. So we're going to find out, obviously, there. But, yeah, that's it. Inhumans number 5, 3 of them, which all really high grade, really nice. I don't believe anything on this list is going to CGC. Maybe Young Avengers number 1. Maddie Forge from Pressable Defects was trying to convince me to send it, so we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But let's get some grand totals in here. So everything you just saw, everything you kind of saw when I panned the room, you saw all those boxes. There was a lot of boxes. This was the best of the bunch, guys. All right, there were some 5 and 10, maybe some $20 books in there, but this was it. And if you watched again, that part 1, you saw the cream of the crop coming out of that collection. Part 2 had a little bit less of a quality than part 1, and then now we're here. This is probably the maybe it's equal on levels with part 2, but the quantity was way higher. So I actually paid for this batch $1,000. I believe I paid $1,000 for part 2 and $2,000 for part 1-ish. 3,000? Oh man, now I don't even remember. Oh man, sorry. You think I'd come prepared, but no. I don't know. I know I talked about it in each video, so there you go. That's probably it here. I'm just going over my list again one more time. Yeah, I don't think any of this stuff's really going to CGC unless Young Avengers does, but well, most of the stuff, all the stuff you see too will be at Terrificon, where I will be in full force. I will be ready to go. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. And as always, keep it comics.